Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis dated 14th of October 2023. In today's newspaper analysis, we are going to discuss about a mapping topic, and then we are going to cover those articles that are important for the UPSC prelims and mains exam. So let us quickly see the list of articles that we are going to cover now. So these are the list of articles that we will be discussing in today's newspaper analysis session. Let us start with the mapping topic. Okay, just a minute. I think the mapping topic is missing from this PDF. So in that case, we will start with the first topic, and later on I will include this mapping topic. Okay, so I wanted to cover the Andaman and Nicobar Islands today. Okay, however, this Andaman and Nicobar Islands PPT is missing from here, so we will directly start with the newspaper article. So the first newspaper article that we are going to discuss is related to economy. It's related to Indian economy. It was there in GS paper 1. It's important for the prelims exam, and also it has some relevance for the mains exam. So what is this topic all about? It says goods export dipped but August tally lifts outlook. Okay. So here they are talking about the export and import dynamism. So what has happened? The export in goods from India, right? The goods that we sell to outside market, international market. So that export has gone down. However, if we see the data of the month of August, so this August month data shows a lift, means it shows an upward trend. Okay. So before we look into these articles, you need to understand about this diagram which is given. Okay, this data point over here. It says turning tide. Goods export declined for the 7th time in 8 months in September. Exports dipped by 2.6% in September year on year, right? So the thing is here what they are doing, they have done an analysis, monthly analysis, right, in this year 2023. And they have, let's say, included data of, let's say, February, March, April, May, June, right? August, September, right? Like that. Okay. June, July, August, September. So the thing is the export has gone down in almost all months. From the month of February, let's say the export was negative. But in the month of August, this export has gone up. Right? In the month of August only, we see a positive trend. However, in the month of September, again, the export in goods has gone down. Right? So it says, but August good exports were revised, resulting in a 3.9% increase year on year. What this trend showcases? It showcases that the export in goods from India has gone down in the year of 2023. And the thing is, what they have done is they have done an analysis of the February month data with the February month of previous year, March month data with the March of previous year, April month data with the April month of previous year. So they have done an analysis on a year on year basis. And the thing is this year on an average, right, the export in goods has gone down. Except just 1 month, which is the month of August. That's the thing. And August month has also been in news because of so many factors. We have seen the highest ever temperature in the month of August this year. And that has, let's say, broken the record of last 100 years. That's the thing. We have seen the least amount of rainfall in the month of August. And that was attributed to the factors like El Nino, Southern Oscillation, and Indian Ocean Dipole. So there were many factors, right, that were different in the month of August as compared to any other month, right? Factors related to the environment, factors related to, let's say, economic activity. That's the thing. So in this article, they have, let's say, talked about various data points. Okay, we don't need to go through these, let's say, calculation and these data. We just need to understand about the trend in which Indian economy is performing. Because many a times in the prelims exam, UPSC asks about trend, that what has been the export in goods, export in services over different years, in a particular year like that. So we need to be understanding about the trend analysis. And so like if you read the India yearbook, that India yearbook also showcases a clubbed data from these things. And not only Indian yearbook, but also we have, let's say, like, the economic survey. The government of India comes up with economic survey every year. It also comes up with budget. We also need to read about the economic survey and the budget, so that, like, we understand the economic indicators. We understand about various factors that affect the Indian economy. They affect Indian economy positively as well as negatively. So that's why we need to read about them. So having understood this, now let us talk about another topic. This topic is again important. This is important for the, let's say, like, prelims paper for Indian polity. Okay, this is for Indian polity. It's related to prelims. It's also important for the mains exam. Let's understand. It says CAA will come to the rescue of Sikhs. What is the meaning of CAA? CAA means the Citizenship Amendment Act. What? The Citizenship Amendment Act, right? So the Home Minister of India, Mr. Amit Shah, has recently made a remark that through the Citizenship Amendment Act, the government has opened the way to give citizenship to Sikh sisters and brothers who were turned in neighboring countries such as Pakistan and Afghanistan. Okay, so those people who are minority in neighboring countries like Pakistan and Afghanistan, whose citizenship have been taken away in those countries, so these people can return to India and they will be given citizenship in India. Their citizenship will be given under this particular thing, which is known as Citizenship Amendment Act. Now let us discuss about citizenship in India. So the citizenship in India, the citizenship in India is mentioned in part 2 of the Constitution. Which part? Part 2 of the Constitution. So there are articles in the Constitution. This is article number 5 to article number 11. These articles specifically talk about citizenship in India, right? So there are many ways in which a person can acquire Indian citizenship. It can be by birth, it can be by descent, it can be by naturalization, it can be by registration, and a person can renounce the Indian citizenship also, or his citizenship may be terminated. For example, an Indian citizen who goes and resides in some other country, he acquires the citizenship in that particular country. In that case, if a person acquires citizenship of any other country, his citizenship will automatically be, let's say, cancelled from India. It is mentioned like in the Citizenship Act. So the citizenship get automatically dissolved if a person gets citizenship of some other country. And there are, let's say, voluntarily giving up also. For example, a person who is an Indian citizen, he wants to give up Indian citizenship and he wants to settle in some other country. So in that case, he can renounce his citizenship. So that's also a way of giving up the citizenship, right, by a person. So that is also possible in India. That's the thing. And here the government of India has amended the Citizenship Amendment Act through Citizenship Amendment Act. And now the Home Minister of India is saying that those people who are not getting citizenship in our neighboring countries, for example, the Pakistan or Afghanistan, they may get the citizenship of India through the Citizenship Amendment Act. So the Citizenship Amendment Act, which was passed in 2019, will come in rescue for those people. Okay, so it must be noted that the Citizenship Amendment Act, which was passed in 2019, is yet to be implemented, as the rules that govern the law have not been notified by the Union Home Ministry. That's the thing. So they have talked about this. They have said that the Sikh community people, the brothers of Sikh community and sisters, they can get the citizenship of India through this particular Citizenship Amendment Act, which was passed by the central government, which was passed by the Union government in 2019. Okay, so we are not going into much deeper related to citizenship, because it's a matter, I mean, like, it's a constitutional aspect. It has many things as part of it. Okay, so we have, let's say, like, overseas citizenship of India card holder, OCI card holder. we have, let's say, like, persons of Indian origin. For them also this citizenship in India is mentioned. So it has different provisions for different kinds of, let's say, like, citizenship holders. So with this we will, okay, so the thing is like, the slide got little bit, turned. I mean, like, so it should have been in the beginning. So now let's discuss about this. Okay. It says Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay. So we wanted to see Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So we will see from here itself. Okay. Andaman and Nicobar Islands, as we know, is an integral part of India. Andaman and Nicobar Islands is a part of India. Okay. So these Andaman and Nicobar Islands are group of islands. It has, let's say, many islands as its part. So the Andaman group itself, right? So if we see this particular map, see the middle map, right? So this middle map has Andaman Islands to the top and Nicobar Islands in this bottom. Okay. So Andaman Islands is itself divided into very small islands. Okay. We have North Andaman, we have Middle Andaman, we have then Little Andaman. Okay. North Andaman, Middle Andaman, Little Andaman. So these are major parts of the Andaman Islands group. And in this island itself, let's say, like, Andaman and Nicobar Islands capital is located at Port Blair. Okay, Port Blair is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Island. It is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Island. This is very important for us. Okay, that's the thing. Apart from this, there are many other places also. For example, this Havelock Island. This island remains in news for multiple purposes. The Barren Island. Barren Island has, let's say, active volcanoes in India. So volcanoes are categorized as active volcanoes, dormant volcanoes, and extinct volcanoes. So Barren Islands are considered to be an active volcano. Okay. So there are different definitions and classification of islands. So, like, Barren Islands come as part of this particular thing. What? It comes as a part of active volcano. So if we talk about Andaman group of island, North Andaman, Middle Andaman, South Andaman and Little Andaman. These are Andaman, islands as part of Andaman group of islands. And if I talk about Nicobar group of island, between Andaman and Nicobar group of island, there is a channel which is known as 10-degree channel. 10-degree channel, what do we mean by 10-degree channel? So the thing is, like, if we draw the map of the world, if we draw the map of the earth, right? If we draw a line in the middle of the map of the earth, so this line is known as equator line. It passes through 0 degree. Okay, it passes through 0 degree. And if we go little north to it, right? So in northern part we have North Pole, in the southern part we have South Pole. If we go towards the north side, so we will get north latitude. So one of the north latitude is known as 10 degree. Okay, so this is known as 10 degree. Then, like, there will be 23.5 degree, right? 23.5 degree. In the south also we have 23.5 degree, like that. So, like, northern latitude goes from 0 to 90 degree. Southern latitudes also go from 0 to 90 degree. So this 10 degree line, right? 10 degree latitude that we see, okay? These parallel lines that are parallel to the equator, they are known as latitudes. And lines that are, let's say, like, lines that are perpendicular to the equator, they are known as longitudes. Okay, they are known as longitudes. So now we are talking about latitudes. So this 10-degree latitude actually divides the Andaman group of island from the Nicobar group of island. Okay, so Andaman is in the top, Nicobar is in the south. So in the Nicobar group of island, we have Car Nicobar. Then we have, let's say, this particular thing, what, Little Nicobar. We have Great Nicobar, like that. Okay, and the southernmost point in India, this southernmost point is known as Indira Point. Okay, southernmost point in India is known as Indira Point. And then we have, let's say, some other important thing also. For example, if I talk about these, let's say, like, this Tilachang Dweep, then Naukoi Island, like that. These are, let's say, other group of other islands as part of Nicobar Islands. Okay, this is the thing. So this is how we can understand about Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay. Having understood this, let us locate some other important places also in Andaman and Nicobar group of islands. So Port Blair, as we know, is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Island. In this map, Port Blair is located here. This is the thing. So over here, we have this Havelock Island. Okay, this Havelock Island, its location is important. So Havelock Island is a part of Andaman group of island. It's not a part of Nicobar group of island. Okay, it is part of Andaman group of island. Then we have another island which is known as Neil Island. Okay, it is known as Neil Island. That's the thing. Okay. And then we have Baratang. Okay, Baratang. That's the thing. So these are locations. You need to remember their location. You need to remember their name also. Okay. Again, we have another map. This map talks about, let's say, like, Andaman group of island. So in this map, we only see the major places located. North Andaman, Middle Andaman, Lower Andaman, like that. Then we have this Sentinel Island. This Sentinel Island has been in news. Why? Because there was an American person. He was a blogger. He was a, let's say, travel blogger. So he wanted to establish relationship with the Aboriginal people in Sentinel Island. He visited over there to establish relationship, to meet with them. But these people, the Aboriginal people in Sentinel's Island, they have killed that particular blogger over there. And these Aboriginal people are protected under the Constitution of India. They are protected. I mean, like, people from mainland India, they need permission, they need permit before going to those places that are core regions of Aboriginal people. Even the authorities can go over there, like, government authorities, they also need prior approval, prior permission before establishing contact with those people. That's the thing. So this Andaman and Nicobar group of island is a, let's say, like, important place for us to do the mapping. Okay, so you can go through this mapping topic in your free time. So we have covered this. After this, we have another topic. Okay, it says a war that ends Saudi-Israel normalization process. We are going to understand about this topic. Okay, name of the topic. Just a minute. So I'm going to write the name of the topic now. It says a war that ends the Saudi-Israel. A war that ends the Saudi-Israel normalization process. Normalization process. Now let's understand the context of this particular topic. Okay, we will understand. Now, in this article, the major countries that have been talked about is, on one side they have talked about Saudi Arabia. Okay, Saudi Arabia. On the other side, they have talked about Israel. Okay, Israel. Now, what is the difference between them? Saudi Arabia is a kingdom. Okay, this is a kingdom. Kingdom means rulers rule on this country. Rulers means, like, kings or, let's say, princes rule on this country. If we talk about Israel, right? Israel, it's a democratic country. Okay, it's a democratic country. So the thing is, they have a democratic structure. People elect, right? And second thing over here, so this country is dominated by Sunni Muslim population. Okay, this is dominated by Sunni Muslim population. If we talk about Israel, so majorly those people who are Jews, they are part of it. So these people follow a religion which is known as Judaism. Judaism, like that. Okay, this is the thing. Now Saudi Arabia and Israel are, I mean, like, are not that much close people to one another. because historically there have been war between Israel and Saudi Arabia. So they do not want to maintain good relation. However, there came a time when the United States of America, right, the USA, right, USA has, let's say, tried to mediate between them. It tried to act as a bridge, okay, it tried to act as a bridge between them, and then United States of America has brokered a deal between them, okay, that is known as Abraham Accords, okay, Abraham Accords. So Abraham Accords have been signed by Saudi Arabia to, let's say, bring some kind of peace with Israel. So these accords are known as peace accords, okay, these peace accords have been signed, okay, these peace accords have been signed. But now what has happened when we talk about Israel, okay, so let's discuss about this. Now when we talk about Israel, Israel is in a state of war, okay, presently it is in a state of war with Palestine, okay, with Palestine. Palestine is not a, let's say, like, is not a state in that regard, because, like, they have not accepted the statehood yet. So Palestine earlier had an organization which is known as Palestine Liberation Organization. This Palestine Liberation Organization has a kind of militant group or military organization which is known as Hamas, okay. So Hamas is the present body. What Hamas has done, Hamas has recently attacked, okay, it has attacked Israel. So they have done attack from 3 sides, okay, they have done attack from 3 sides, means like they have done air strikes, they have done strikes through land, they have done strikes through sea route, okay. So they have done trilateral, okay, trilateral means like they have done attack from all the sides on, like from all the fronts on Israel. And this attack has killed, okay, the Hamas attack has killed around 1,300 people, okay, it has killed around 1,300 people in Israel, okay, 1,300 people got killed. So after then, Israel has declared that it is in a state of war with Hamas. They have also retaliated. Now they are, let's say, attacking some of the places where the militants from Hamas exist. But if we trace the history related to this warfare, this is not the first time that it has happened, right? Earlier, the map that we see, let me draw a map of Israel. Let's say this is the roughly map of Israel. And in this map, there are 2 regions. One of the region is known as, let's say, like the West Bank. Other is known as, let's say, this particular area. So this region is Israel, right? And these yellow shaded regions, okay, these yellow shaded regions are the places where there is, let's say, there are Palestinian people, okay, Palestinian people exist. Has it been the case from the beginning? No. Earlier, Israeli people did not have a land for themselves. Israeli people came to Palestine, they have settled there as refugee. Then they started demanding their territory. There was a war also. There was a war, and the thing is, like in 1949, the United Nations organization has, let's say, come over here. They have tried to, let's say, build peace between them. And so the thing is, like, Israel has captured the territory before that of Palestine. So Israel has increased its area. But what has happened? The thing is, like in 1973, a war has happened. That war is known as Yom Kippur War. Okay, that war is known as Yom Kippur War. That war was 13-day war. In that war, the Israeli people was supported by the United States of America. They have been supported by USA, and with their support, the Israeli government, they have captured more territories from Palestine. They have captured territories of Palestine. So the thing is, like, it has been 50 years since then. So this war has started on 6th of October. When? 6th of October 1973, which is also known as October War. But now, in 2023, on 7th of October, okay, on 7th of October 2023, this Hamas group, they have attacked on Israel. They have attacked on Israel after 50 years. 1973 and 2023, after 50 years. And this is the largest number of people that the Hamas group has killed in Israel. That's the thing. Now Israel and Palestine are in a state of war. What? Why? Because Israel has created an original sin by capturing the territories of Palestinian people. And the Palestinian group, I mean, like, which is backed by Hamas. The Hamas group, I mean, they do not want to give up its territory to Israel. They want to recapture all the territory. And this Hamas group is being supported by Iran. Okay, so Iran supports Hamas group. And Hamas also gets funding from the from European Union, okay, or Palestinian people receive funding from European Union. And if we talk about official stand of India, India is in support, right? India is in support that, like, there should be peace between Israel and like Palestine. The Indian government has a vision that, like, Palestine should have their independent territory, they should have their own government. But Palestinian people, which is backed by Hamas, they, like, they do not want to come to a two-state solution. Okay, so what do we mean by two-state solution? We are going to discuss about it. Okay, so let's discuss about two-state solution. So for that, we need to understand about an accord which is known as Oslo Accords. Okay, we need to understand about Oslo Accords. So what were Oslo Accords? Officially, there have been two Oslo Accords. Okay, Oslo Accord 1 and Oslo Accord 2. So I'm going to write the official name of these accords and what are the purposes of these accords. Okay, so let's discuss about the first Oslo Accord, which is known as Oslo Accords 1. Okay, Oslo Accords 1. Let's discuss about it. Okay, Oslo Accords 1. So when we talk about Oslo Accords, its official name is Declaration of Principles on Interim Self-Government. Okay, its name is Declaration of Principles on Interim Self-Government. On interim self-government arrangements. Okay, self-government arrangements. So this Oslo Accords 1 was signed, right? This Oslo Accords 1 was signed, let's say, like, in Finland, let's say in one of the region in Finland, I mean, like, a Scandinavian country has supported a kind of diplomatic negotiation between what? Israel and Palestine. Okay, diplomatic negotiation between Israel and Palestine. So these diplomatic negotiation tried to bring some kind of peace, and they wanted to create an interim government, interim self-government for the Palestinian people. Okay, so which regions they wanted to create? They wanted to create, let's say, like, interim self-government for the time being, so that, like, during this time they can negotiate further, and after negotiating they can come with let's say, a kind of peace agreement with one another. These interim things has been signed for the purpose of 5 years. They have said that this interim government was created for the time period of 5 years, and after then these, I mean, like, they are going to discuss with one another for further measures related to bringing peace. Now if we talk about Oslo Accords 2, Okay, if we talk about Oslo Accords 2. So what were Oslo Accords 2? This is also related to this one. Okay, so today's thumbnail topic is Oslo Accords, so that's why we need to understand about it. It says interim agreement on West Bank. Okay, Oslo Accord 2 is interim agreement on West Bank. Okay, interim agreement on West Bank and Gaza Strip. Okay, and Gaza Strip. This is Oslo Accord 2. It was signed in 1995 around. Okay, 1995 around. And that previous Oslo Accord, it was like it began in 1991 and it was signed in 1993. Okay, this interim agreement related to West Bank, according to this agreement, the West Bank and Gaza Strip will have sufficient population from Israel, from Palestine. Okay, Palestine, and these Palestinian people will be able to, let's say, like have their self-government for one another. That's the thing. So these are Oslo Accords. Oslo Accords are accords or peace agreements between Israel and Palestine related to some interim measures in their region. Okay, that's the thing. So in this article, what the author is saying, that the thing is like, since already the relation between Israel and Saudi Arabia has not been good historically, and this has been although brokered by USA, some kind of peace agreement was brokered. But the thing is, what has happened, that since the war attack by Hamas on Israel, or the war between Israel and Palestine that is happening, because of this thing, the divide between Saudi Arabia and Israel is, let's say, like, increasing, because now Saudi Arabia is not supporting Israel. And also, as part of the peace negotiation that was signed between Israel and Saudi Arabia, so Saudi Arabia has put certain conditions on the United States of America. One of the condition is the Saudi Arabia wanted to go for, right, developing nuclear, let's say, like nuclear weapons. They said that, like, the USA should not intervene into any kind of development of nuclear weapon, including enrichment of nuclear fuel that may create, let's say, like a nuclear weapon category thing. Okay, that was one part of the agreement. Apart from this, as part of the same agreement, there were other two clauses also. And all those three clauses have been agreed upon by the United States of America. It was agreed by the United States of America. However, many people from USA did not support this particular thing. Why people from USA did not support this? Because they said that the Saudi Arabia is a kingdom. It's ruled by a person. So, like, they may turn, let's say, like, like they may turn autocratic. They may turn, like authoritative in future. So it's going to be a threat or danger for many countries around the world. That's the thing. So in this article, they have discussed about many things. Okay, they have discussed about many things. And so, like, they have said that US approval for civilian nuclear program that provides for uranium enrichment within the country, an ironclad US security guarantee for the country, and sales of advanced weapons. So these were three kind of conditionalities put forward by the Saudi Arabia for United States of America, so that, like, it can sign some kind of peace agreement with Israel. That has been the case. Okay, in this article they say Saudi Arabia has recognized that peace and stability in the region are not possible without Palestinian interests being addressed. So now Saudi Arabia wants that the interest of Palestinians should be addressed. Only then peace can be established in the West Asian region. Okay, that's the thing. So this is a good article. Having understood this, let us try to solve this question. Okay, it's a question for the mains exam. Let's see this question. It says, in the light of India's historical ties with countries in the West Asia region, how does it balances its relationship with various nations to ensure regional stability, and what are the challenges it faces in this regard? Okay, Now, recently, government of India has responded to the war that is happening between Israel and Palestine. The moment Hamas has attacked on Palestine, Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, has given some statement in support or in cause for the people of Israel. Prime Minister of India has said that it condones the death of the Israeli people. That's the thing. So it was a kind of unilateral or let's say like a kind of statement by the Prime Minister of India in support, in solidarity with Israel. However, after then, the Israeli government has launched attack on Hamas, right? It has launched attack on West Bank, where civilians are being killed, infrastructures are being destroyed. So now the official statement came from the Ministry of External Affairs. They said that although the government of India does not support the attack that was done by Hamas on Israel, at the same time we stand with Hamas for their cause. Not Hamas, with Palestine for their cause. Palestinian people should have their own territory. That's the thing. Okay, so that was the official position. Okay, so you can go through this article and you can write down this answer. After writing your answer, you can share your answer with us on this email address, which is zahidul@lukmaanias.com. Okay, zahidul@lukmaanias.com. So this is the email address on which you can share your answer. Then we have another topic. This topic is again important. We are going to go through this topic. It says the Muslim MP is a disappearing entity. Now let us understand about this topic. Okay, we will understand about this topic. Name of the topic is the Muslim MP. Okay, the Muslim MP is a disappearing entity. So in this article, the author has started with the Women's Reservation Bill. Okay, so when we talk about the Women's Reservation Bill, right, Women's Reservation Bill, which has been passed by the Parliament of India, it has become an act. This is known as Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam. Okay, this is known as Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam. So the thing is, the government of India wants to empower the women. They want to empower the women, and to empower the women, we need to bring them to the, let's say, decision making capacity. So for that, 33% reservation, right, 33% reservation is being given to the women in the Parliament of India, right, and State Legislative Assembly, to the Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly. So 33% reservation to the women in Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly. So this particular bill has been passed. However, these reservation will be given only to ST and SC people. Okay, STs and SCs. So from this reservation, OBCs have been excluded. Okay, OBCs has been excluded, and even within OBC or direct, Muslim women, they are also not included. So in this article, the author has talked about that while passing this particular legislation, no one raised the point that Muslim women should also get reservation over here. Nobody has pointed out to this. Okay. So apart from this, the author through this article talks about, let's say, various ways, right? How the, let's say, representation of Muslim people, not only women, I mean male also, let's say they are lesser represented in the Lok Sabha. In this article, the author says that the ruling party, which has the majority support in Lok Sabha and like they have substantial number of people in the Rajya Sabha, they do not have a single women MP from Muslim community. They do not have a single, let's say, Muslim person in their party. Okay, that's the thing. And in this article, they have talked about many such parties in different state governments where the women people do not have, like, Muslim women do not have the representation. So in this article, the author has highlighted the cause that, like, Muslim women or Muslims should also get appointed as MPs, member of parliaments, right? And they should have their representation in the state legislative assembly. The author has also talked about there have been many states where, like, since inception, since the beginning, not even a single MP has been elected, right, in the state legislative assembly of that particular state. So finally, the author makes a point that the Muslim community, and not just its women, is greatly underrepresented in the parliament. Okay, they are underrepresented in the parliament. In this article, they have talked about many political parties. That's not a, let's say, like, point of debate for us. We need to understand about different sections of the population who are being represented over here. Now we have another topic. It says balancing policy. Okay, this is again related to the the Israel-Palestine issue. It says India must pressure Israel to act responsibly in the face of terror. So in this article, again, the author has talked about that, like, initially India has taken the side of Israel, but now India is balancing, right, the cause of Palestine, and also, like, it wants to bring some kind of, let's say, restraint in its relationship with Israel in the manner that, like, Israel is now attacking the Palestinian territories. Okay, Israel is attacking the Palestinian territories. Since Israel is attacking the Palestinian territories, so what it is doing, it is leading to a kind of situation where Israel is being offensive. Not only being offensive, it has asked the civilian population to go from the Israeli territory, from the, let's say, West Bank to the southern portion. Okay, so here the thing is, the author has talked about that now India needs to balance the relationship between Israel and Palestine. And how we can balance the relationship between Israel and Palestine? We can ask Israel to have some kind of restraint while attacking on what? Palestine. So in this article, they have said that, like, India needs to maintain a balance in its foreign policy so that it is not being seen by the world to be siding with any one of the thing, because, like, both of them are correct to some extent and both of them are, let's say, like, wrong in some other aspects. So that's why we need to balance this particular thing. So that's why the author says that India should have balancing policy. Okay, it should have balancing policy in that regard. Now we have another topic. This topic is related to science and technology, and it's also important for economy. So it says government mulls partnership to make semiconductor chips. Okay, so when we talk about making of semiconductor chips, right, so it comes under Ministry of Information, Ministry of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So the thing is, Government of India now wants to let's say come in partnership for manufacturing of this thing with the private entities. Government of India has recently launched a kind of campaign. The Prime Minister of India in Gujarat has launched a kind of campaign where, like, they promoted the idea of manufacturing silicon chips or manufacturing semiconductor chips in India. So in this article, they have talked about, that's the Indian government's initiative related to artificial intelligence roadmap. So 6 working groups have been established by the Government of India, which formed they have created a kind of report, draft report, that has been shared with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So in this article, they have talked about that, how the artificial intelligence, chip manufacturing and other things, robotics, will be set up in India, how these sectors are going to bring India further in its economic growth. So in this article, they have talked about those things. Okay, so having understood this, now let us move to another topic quickly. This is another topic. It says Hamas asks Gazans to stay in homes, ignore Israel's psychological warfare. Again, this is related to Israel and Palestine. Okay, this is again related to Israel and Palestine. Okay, so someone has written, Arshad Rehan, hi sir, where are you from? Please reply me sir. हम 4-5 दिन से ये पूछ रहे हैं. Arshad Rehan, I am from Assam. I come from Assam. Thank you so much. I mean, like, you know, yesterday also you have written, but that time the screen was not visible to me, so I could not see your message while taking the discussion. Okay, so that's the thing. So I come from Assam, so I do not have a keyboard to type it here. So I do come from Assam. So that's the thing. So it says Hamas asks Gazans to stay in homes, ignore Israel's psychological warfare. Okay, that's the thing. Now here again, what has happened since Hamas has attacked on Israel? Israel has retaliated. It has attacked on Hamas, it has attacked on the territories where Palestinians live, and Israeli armed forces, they have, let's say, like, you know, dropped pamphlet. They have dropped pamphlet by air, and these pamphlets has information that, like, you know, the Gazan people who are staying in Gaza, they should, let's say, leave North Gaza, they should start moving towards the southern portion of Gaza. Why they have said so? So that, like, you know, they get the territory cleared of civilians and they can attack the, let's say, like, you know, Hamas group in the North Gaza. However, the Hamas group has asked the Gazan people, Hamas group has asked the people who are in the Gaza Strip to stay back wherever they are. So in this article, they have talked about some kind of interview with let's say, like, you know, with few families who are staying in Gaza. That's the thing. Okay. So we have discussed about this topic in detail. So now again, we don't need to go through much detail on this. So this is an like, you know, connected thing related to this. Again, we have another topic. It says West Asia conflict will not affect IMEC. West Asia conflict means conflict related to Israel and Palestine. Okay, conflict related to Israel and Palestine. So a kind of conflict is happening between Israel and Palestine. So it says West Asia conflict will not affect IMEC. What is IMEC? It is India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. So the thing is, this particular corridor has been proposed during the G20 summit. So this corridor will help India to connect with Middle East and also connect with Europe. So we are going to create rail routes, road routes, and also we are going to connect the sea routes, so that, like, our goods can be exported to Middle East and also to, let's say, Europe, right, through the Middle East route. But in this route, Israel has also presence. Okay, Israel also has presence. Recently, I mean, like, you know, India has had earlier presidency of G20, but after then that presidency has been handed over to Morocco. Okay, the presidency has been handed over to Morocco. Now the finance minister of India and the governor of Reserve Bank of India, right? So Shaktikanta Das, Nirmala Sitharaman, they have visited Morocco and they are attending finance minister. Okay, they are attending the finance minister's meeting in the G20, which is happening in Morocco. Okay, they are attending there. So during that meeting, the finance minister of India has said that this India Middle East economic corridor is not going to be affected because of the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine. But the issue is, because of this particular conflict, the prices of oils, prices of, let's say, commodities in the international market is going to go up. If the prices in the international market goes up, what is going to happen? It's going to make the prices of those goods, let's say, like, you know, costlier in India also. In that manner, Indian economy may get affected, but this corridor is not going to get affected. This is what is said by the finance minister of India in that meeting. All right. So that's all from my side for the day. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending today's session. I hope you have a good day ahead. And thank you so much, Arshad, for joining in the meeting. I am from Assam. If you are able to hear, so that will be fine. Otherwise, like, I'll get it responded also through through WhatsApp group, through this, comment section of the YouTube. So with this, I'll just take your leave for the day. Thank you so much.